What's going on, my fellow Teletubby American? Like and subscribe. Let's get to it.
This is what happens to every South Park character in the future.
Interesting.
Starting off with Butters, who as a child is lovable, happy, and completely oblivious to the horrible nature of all the people around him.
You know, I think the car might be moving, Mom.
Oh shit. I think it's moving.
I'm sure the car's moving. Looks like I'm heading for the water.
However, this innocence is then completely stripped away from him, as after Randy has his way with the pangolin and creates the lockdown, Butters' parents ground him for 40 years. And with nothing but a mobile phone to keep him company, Butters turns into a complete monster.
What the fuck? What?
Okay.
This is Butters? This is Butters right here, chat? Chat, this is Butters? No way.
Not a monster, but rather something much worse. An NFT salesman.
Oh,
I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. NFTs are gonna blow up. You should really get in now because they're really the future.
Why would I invest in digital good? You can't even, stupid.
That's right. Butters has made billions of dollars by selling his worthless NFTs.
Oh shit.
With his victims ranging from Denny's Applebee's to even taking advantage of the elderly. And wow, what happened to the boy full of laughter? And Butters has become so evil that Cartman even uses him to distract Jimmy, Token, Wendy, and Randy whilst he sets up his time machine.
Bro, what are you so you're telling me they grew up in the show? Bro, oh my god. I didn't know the lore was this deep. I just wanted to get caught up on what really happens, like what happened, like the basic premise of the show. I just wanted to know because I know there's a lot of episodes and y'all keep telling me in the comments, watch full episodes. But realistically, I really don't have the time to be watching every single episode just because, like, I don't know, but this is interesting. I didn't know it was this in depth. Hey man, if you made it to this part of the video, hit that like button, nigga!
In order to kill Kyle.
Here, it's a farting rainbow with Tom Brady's signature.
Ah, hell no.
However, thankfully after the boys have their magical Denver Nuggets experience in the past, they are able to fix their broship and return to Denny's Applebee's in the future, where Butters is now working as a waiter.
A waiter?
Hey, fellas, can I offer you some poo-poos? Thanks for choosing Denny's Applebee's for your party.
And hey,
crazy.
At least it's not NFTs. Although I must say that the best possible future timeline for Butters isn't even his own, as the fictional version of Butters in My Future Self and Me is clearly living a better life than Butters ever will, as he gets paid to watch television all day long.
My name is T. Becker. The T stands for terrific.
Oh shit.
Isn't even his own, as the fictional version of Butters in My Future Self and Me is clearly living a better life than Butters ever will, as he gets paid to watch television all day long.
What? Who wouldn't want to do that?
The T stands for
Bro, he's basically like me eventually, because like we watch, eventually might get paid soon, well, will get paid soon from watching shit, you know?
terrific.
You know? It's terrific, isn't it?
And wow, Butters can't even catch a break in the future. And next up, we have Stan, who after touching the devil's lettuce, similarly to Butters, has his parents try to trick him with a future version of himself.
Oh my god, it's the past!
Oh shit.
Oh, whoa, man, it's you!
No way that's Stan.
It's me, Mom, your son, Stan!
Although,
that is
perhaps this isn't the greatest idea, as unlike Butters, Stan isn't completely gullible. And Stan then goes to the most extreme lengths to prove that his parents are lying to him.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, look!
Oh my god. Okay. Oh shit.
Disappear. He is you from the future!
However,
nah, that's unhinged. What the fuck?
His parents had every right to be worried, as Stan would end up going down a dark road in his actual future, as Stan chooses to adopt his father's alcoholism and play it off as his job.
It's not pounding beer and wine. I drop wine shots into the beer. It's called a smorgasbord and it's very cultural.
And boy, like father, like son. Huh. And not only this, but Stan was never able to make things work with Wendy, or any person for that matter, as he ends up pairing up with his Amazon, Alexa. And let's just say that these two don't really get along.
It feels shitty, okay? Can you please shut the fuck up?
Why did you even bring me along if you're not going to let me help you through this?
Alexa, stop!
And honestly, it really seems as though Stan has nothing going on in his life, as moving away from South Park has isolated him from all of his friends. But hey, at least he still has his family, right? Well, not exactly. As Randy's antics on Tegrity Farms, including selling out to the Chinese, leads Stan to burn down the entire farm to the ground.
I hate this stupid farm.
That's the weed farm.
However, what Stan doesn't know is that he also burned alive his sister Shelly, which then causes his mom to also leave the earth. And of course, Randy isn't too best pleased with this, as when Stan does eventually visit South Park 40 years later, let's just say they aren't exactly on the best of terms.
Your mom died the day her daughter burned to death!
Wow.
However, unlike Butters, Stan is able to exceed the expectations of his fictional future self by going back in time. And yeah, that sounds confusing, but bear with me. You see, Stan and the rest of the boys crack Kenny's key to time travel, and they do this by looking in a rather unsavory place.
Oh shit.
Hold on!
Oh.
We've got it.
Is that a cemetery, mortuary, whatever the fuck they call it? What? No. This is deep. This is dark. Very, very dark. It took a wild turn. I was not expecting this.
And so, with the newfound love of his friendship group, Stan never moves away from South Park, meaning that he never becomes a disillusioned whiskey taster, and instead, in this version of the future, he gets to go on crusades to Mars with the Space Force.
How is everything on Mars?
That sounds fire.
Really cool, but I'm so glad to be home. How are the kids?
And on top of this, Stan is finally able to achieve his lifelong dream of getting together with Wendy Testerberger.
No way. That's fire. That's fire.
So yeah, overall, I'd say that Stan has done pretty well. Although, a character who hasn't done nearly as well is Cartman. However, before we get into that, let me tell you about today's sponsor, Aura.
Alright, pay your bills. I get it. I get it. Beautiful. Yes, get your money. Get your money. Can't wait to be like that.
Is quite possibly the most shocking of them all, as it turns out that Eric has become Jewish.
I'm doing really well. I'm actually the head of...
Isn't he the same one that makes jokes about, is it Kenny or the other guy being Jewish? I swear to God, it's like at least 100,000 Jew jokes that I heard from Cartman. Now look, how the table turned, how the turntables.
It's been to synagogue down in Colorado Springs. Can you believe it? I'm a rabbi.
That's right, the boy that made fun of Kyle's beliefs for years and even tried to reinstate the Third Reich is now Jewish. And boy, none of us saw that one coming. Although, Cartman's new resurgence in faith is rather questionable to say the least. As, after all, this is the same boy that once pretended to be Jennifer Lopez, and even Mitch Connor, just to say that he kind of got Kyle.
What?
I got you kinda.
However, in spite of this, Cartman seems to be living a genuinely great life, becoming a rabbi at the local synagogue, and having a beautiful Jewish family. I mean, hey, just look at those adorable little rascals.
Uncle Cal.
Yes. That's right. This is Cartman's family. And Cartman then goes on to prove that he truly is just as manipulative and evil as he always was. As when Kyle and Stan go back in time to stop the lockdown from ruining everyone's lives, Cartman then immediately starts his own time travel company to stop this from happening.
Could we be the foundation to intercede time travel? Because then we'd be fit. I want to be fit, not fat.
Kevin, god damn it.
And honestly, I can see why. As Cartman has already seen his future crumble right in front of his eyes in the episode My Future Self and Me, where after seeing Butters and Stan's future selves turn out to be fake, Cartman refuses to listen to the real version of his future self, and in the process, ends up completely destroying his life.
Just for that, I'm gonna spend my whole childhood eating what I want and doing drugs when I want. Whatever, I do what I want.
No, wait!
Oh shit.
Oh, God
Oh, fuck.
damn it!
And so, fearing that this would happen again, Cartman manipulates Clyde into going back in time and killing Kyle.
No.
As an anti-vaxxer, you understand that you have to be strong and stand by your beliefs even if it means others will die. Hey, thanks.
However, for once in his life, Cartman actually decides to do the right thing, as he travels back in time with Kyle and Stan in order to kill Clyde and create a much brighter future. Although, this brighter future isn't for him, as Cartman is no longer a rabbi with a loving family, but rather now is a homeless man who spends all day yelling obscenities at those who pass him.
Oh shit.
You, Eric.
Hey yo.
However, Cartman's futures aren't all bad, as Season 10's Go God Go Part 1 and 2 sees Cartman growing increasingly impatient for the release of the Nintendo Wii.
Ah! That does it! I am not waiting 3 weeks!
And so, since this is Cartman we're talking about here, he decides that he's not going to wait 3 weeks for the Nintendo Wii, and instead drags Butters along to the Rocky Mountains of Colorado in order to freeze himself,
Boy, you
which,
cheating.
as you may expect, doesn't exactly go too well.
I'm coming, Nintendo.
No fucking way. That's dumb as hell. This is the dumbest shit I've ever seen.
And so, over 500 years later, Cartman is unfrozen in the future, and unsure of what's just happened, Cartman immediately sets his priorities straight.
Young man, you don't seem to understand. Your family, your friends, everyone you knew has been dead for over 500 years.
Damn.
I don't care. Is there a Nintendo Wii?
Bro waited that long. He did all of that just for a week, and he went how many years? 5,000? I forgot. 5,000? Wait, how much he say?
500.
500 fucking years, dog. Just for a Nintendo Switch. You overly whooped. It's probably a Nintendo Xfinity 2.05 plus X Ultra plus. Like, bro, what?
100 years.
I don't care. Is there a Nintendo Wii?
Ah, yes. Who else but Cartman? However, in this version of the future, Cartman actually becomes an incredibly valuable asset, being referred to as the Time Child, and of course, in Cartman's true manipulative fashion, he's able to play every side of the atheist conflict against each other, and this is just so that he can get his Nintendo Wii.
All for a Wii.
All right, Time Child, we filled our side of the bargain. Now return with us to Otter Bay. Sorry, Blavius. I've got other plans.
You
However,
slimy bitch.
it's not all sunshine and rainbows in the future, as it turns out that Cartman's trickery was all for nothing. As of course, the future has absolutely no way to connect the Nintendo Wii. And that's far from the only problem, as after Cartman's betrayal of the Sea Otters, they decide to go on an all-out attack.
And I will personally kill the Time Child and eat his entrails on my tummy.
Wow.
And so, fearing for his life, Cartman realizes that the only thing that will save him is being able to contact the past, and of course, stop himself from freezing to death. However, the only way that Cartman can do this is through the novelty crank call phones, which are being advertised on future television.
I just dial a random number on the keypad, enter a date and year on the defibrillator, and...
Wow! Someone from the past is on the line!
The only problem is that these phones are incredibly expensive. And so, Cartman then decides to dress up like a future maintenance man and steal this phone from an unsuspecting victim.
Bro, Cartman...
Let me use my tools.
Bro was just a menace to everything.
Haha! Stupid assholes! I got your time phone!
Hey.
However,
finessed.
Eric's plan to contact the past doesn't exactly work, as let's just say that the Eric from the past isn't too easy to talk with.
I'm trying to do you a favor, dumbass! Just listen to me! Listen to this!
Oh wow. Just self-sabotage.
And so, with his life on the line,
that is the most Cartman thing you will ever see. You're a Cartman in the future trying to help Cartman in the past. And the Cartman in the past is not trying to hear shit. So like, literally your own ignorance and stupidity is stopping you from helping yourself in the future. It's kind of like a whole paradox if you really think about it. Chat, if you really think about it, let me know in the comments, okay? Because bro,
Eric makes one last call to
That's
Mrs.
crazy
Garrison,
when you think about it.
and in the process, accidentally tells Richard Dawkins about Garrison's operation.
Sex change operation?
What the fuck?
Oh, you're a man? Not anymore, I've been fixed.
However, this actually ends up working out perfectly, as thanks to this revelation, atheism was never adopted around the world, and all of the alliances as well as the space otters allow Eric to return home safely. Although they sent him back a little bit too far.
How far?
But honey, it's only September. That Nintendo Wii doesn't come out for 2 months.
Damn.
What? No!
Damn. I'll be
You sent me
pissed.
back too far! Hey! Do it over!
And so, depending on which version of the future you believe, Eric either becomes a fat mechanic, a homeless man, or a super awesome space traveler who brings peace to all of mankind. And
see how far-fetched each like future is, just like fat mechanic, homeless, or some type of mystical gods, like a whole different species thousands of years from now. What? So Cartman's really a hit or miss. Is either he's a straight bum, or you know, he's some type of mythical being. Hey, can't have both.
Next character on our list is the boy who's died 1,000 deaths.
I'm saying we done died like 50,000 times already.
Oh my god! They killed Kenny! You bastard!
And yes, I am of course talking about Kenny, who is honestly one of the most diverse characters in all of South Park.
Oh, for real?
Having been a superhero, a soldier of God, and of course...
Wait, this was Kenny?
One of the most diverse characters in all of South Park.
Why did I think for some reason this was fucking Cartman? I've seen this like episode before. I've seen clips of it, but I thought this was Cartman or like somebody else. I didn't know this was fucking Kenny. What? But it makes sense though, because his face is kind of like covered off. So I should have thought that. But
being a superhero, a soldier of God, and of course a Japanese princess. And Kenny's future is honestly just as insane as his past, as it turns out that Kenny has become a multi-millionaire time-traveling scientist who is looking into the cause of the lockdown.
Stan, it's Kenny. He's dead.
What? I mean,
well,
it ain't nothing
that
surprising.
is until Kenny is found dead. And whilst this death was said to be caused by the Delta Plus rewards variant by the government, Stan, Kyle, and Cartman aren't so sure, as they start to investigate what really happened.
Think
What
like
really
kids
happened?
again. I know where Kenny hid what we're looking for. It's up his ass.
What?
And so, after a rather unpleasant trip to Kenny's behind later, the boys realize that the key to fixing everything is to first fix their bromance.
He spent his whole life trying to fix your broship and then realized this was the only way because you guys suck.
And so, once the boys are able to fix the future, Kenny still goes on to become a successful scientist.
Oh, shit.
However, this time, it's for something much different.
Kenny just won the Nobel Prize for combining dark matter and breast implants.
What?
Oh boy, that's our Kenny. However, with Kenny, you truly never know where his future will lie, as Kenny has been a helper for both Jesus and Satan, and can change his fate with a simple squeeze of a trigger.
Remember this time. Try and f***ing remember.
Oh, that's his voice? That's what he sounds like? Wow. First time for everything. All I heard was the muffled blah, blah, blah. That's what he sounds like? That's low-key fire.
Oh my god!
Why would you do that?
Shit, dude!
And so, before we get onto our final character,
okay, before he says that, can somebody please explain to me why Kenny always has his fucking hoodie over his fucking face? Is this some type of like autistic self-soothing method, or I don't get it? Does he feel safer with it over? I don't. What? Can somebody explain it to me?
There are some honorable mentions. Jimmy Vollmer becomes incredibly successful through his comedy, being the #1 PC comic in all of the land.
Oh, wow.
Jeez, what's the deal with these Mexicans, huh?
You're not funny, nigga.
They have fabulous food, their country has amazing beaches, and they're really fantastic people.
And yeah, it's not great, but at least it's still better than Joe Rogan's last stand-up. And Token, on the other hand, has taken on a far more serious role, becoming an 80s style cop show detective who uses his newfound powers of, detecting in order to help the boys get back in time.
Oh shit, Token going crazy though. It's my boy Token. Go crazy.
Come on, Mr. Marsh. Ooh, it's me, Token. We know about the penguin.
And our final honorary mention is Kyle, who honestly doesn't really have the most exciting future. I mean, he does have his own online therapy business, but truthfully, his best moments in the future are when he's reacting to Cartman being Jewish.
Make kloschka pudding.
Stop that!
However, our final character, Randy, has much more of an impact on the future than anyone else. As whilst he's in China trying to sell them as much Tegrity as he can, he decides that it would be a great idea to make love to a pangolin.
What? Folk!
Wow.
Yeah.
Good going, Randy.
You just know that white is very pure, off the coast of Colombia. The finest white off the coast of Colombia. What's up? What?
Randy.
What?
And Randy's involvement in the lockdown is so severe that no matter how many times Kenny goes back in time and tries to prevent it from happening, Randy causes the lockdown in every known reality.
I f that pangolin every single time.
And it's all of this selfishness that causes Randy to end up losing everything he ever loved, which includes his daughter, his wife, and most importantly, his Tegrity.
Damn.
That's right, all of the crimes that Randy has committed throughout his life have ultimately left him a bitter and resentful old man, left to stew in the mess that he's created.
You tell that piece of shit that if he wants to talk to me, he can write an email. Tell that little p***y if I had any grandkids, maybe I wouldn't be so bitter at having such a little bitch for a son.
What the fuck?
Hi, Dad. Oh, hey, Stan.
Well, that is until Randy is visited by the ghosts of his wife Sharon and his daughter Shelly, who, of course, since this is Randy's vision we're talking about here, are fully supportive of Randy and put all of the blame of their deaths on Stan.
It wasn't your fault, Randy. It was all Stan's fault.
Wow, just blame Stan.
It was all Stan's
Blame Stan, of course.
And yeah, I'm sure that's exactly what they're thinking, Randy. However, Randy's future does end up with a happy ending, as when Stan goes back in time, he delivers Randy a rather touching note, which contains the strain that he was working on in the future.
Wow, that's fire.
At helping heal negative emotions, that Randy decides to give it out for free in the streets of South Park, which ultimately makes everyone a whole lot nicer to each other. And this also leads to Butters' parents ungrounding him and Space Jam 2 to never be made.
Why?
Sorry, I thought about it. And I can't do Space Jam 2.
I just can't support Chinese censorship.
And of course, since Randy is essentially the voice of Matt Stone and Trey Parker, they take the time to pat themselves on the back at the end of this episode.
Remember, folks, weed can't solve all your problems.
True.
But Tegrity can.
Type.
Tegrity weed.
And so,
fire.
this is what happened to every South Park character in the future. And who do you think has the best future?
Now that's fire. Hey man, if y'all enjoyed this, let me know, man. Hey, I low-key like this. This was something different. Like, it gave me a little different perspective on the show. The show is pretty well written. It's pretty interesting. I don't know. I like it. If y'all want to see more shit like this, just let me know. Hit the comment. Let me know in the comments. With that being said, it's your boy Ifahni. I'm gonna catch you on the next video, man. Deuces. Stay safe. I love y'all.